Hey everybody, it's Ren Handman again. I was hoping to bring you videos every couple days, but I got sick. Luckily not with COVID. Turned out to just be a cold. So now I am back and rocking some quarantine dyed hair. I figured no one was going to see me, so if it looked terrible, it didn't matter. And then I remembered I was doing videos and putting them on YouTube for all time. So luckily it doesn't look as bad as I was worried that it might. Okay, so today I am going to be reading for you from the incredible, spooky, scary Inside by D.M. Siciliano. So if you like what you are reading here, you can go and pick up Inside from Amazon or Parliament House. She's a fellow Parliament House writer. So this is an excerpt from the book. It is chapter 5, and some kids have found themselves in a haunted house, and things aren't going quite according to plan. Clint stared at the wall, trying to understand what he wasn't seeing. The door had been there. Now it wasn't. How could it just disappear? What in the... Alex dropped his flashlight. It hit the floor and spun around and around, casting shadows off the wall. The sound of small wings fluttering tickled the air. As the light slowed its spinning, Clint thought he saw shadows of deformed little birds dancing along the walls. Another turn and he decided they were bats. After another spin, he was sure there was nothing there at all. Never had been, yet he couldn't shake the feeling something had been there, watching them. "Where's the door?" Danny whimpered. "What's happening? Guys!" Clint ran his fingers across the wall where the door had been. Nothing. Just a stark wooden wall. He couldn't keep his cool. The anxiety welled up inside him. He started taking shorter breaths, feeling like something was squeezing his lungs. The muscles in his neck and shoulder tightened as he fought to keep from hyperventilating. He pulled his glasses off and dropped his head, closing his eyes, and counted to 10. His mama taught him that. When the world begins to close down on you, shut the world out. Start small. Breathe. And then return to the world. At 10, he lifted his head. The world looked fuzzy. His peripheral vision was limited, like those blinders they put on horses. He put his glasses back on, but that still didn't seem to help. Not ready to see. Clint knew the panic was irrational, but in the moment it was more real than anything else. He felt closed down, trapped. A scream welled up inside his throat, but he fought to swallow it back down. What came out instead was, "Let us out!" Clint flung himself forward and banged on the wall. He blinked hard, trying to focus. "This is some kind of joke. Good one." He found his way over to the window and ran his light across it. A few more deep breaths and his vision began to clear. This isn't right. Rubbing his hands over the glass, he tried to remove the dark smudges. When that didn't work, he spit on it and tried again. The window isn't even a window, I don't think. He rapped against it a few times with his knuckle. It's not even glass. Heather moved to the wall where the door had previously been. She tilted her head as if studying it. Clint stared at the back of her head, concentrating on her dark curls. Focus on something small. The sound of Heather's hands on the wall pulled his attention. She slowly ran them over each wood panel. "What are you doing?" he asked. His voice came up breathy. "Looking for a hidden latch or something, some proof of the door." Methodically, she moved inch by inch over every part of the wall. How could she be so calm? How could she stay so rational? Fighting not to break down into full panic mode, he sucked in a deep breath. What he couldn't afford right now was to ball up in the corner, wrapping his arms around his legs and rocking back and forth. Do not shut down. Do not panic. Clint's short breaths grew longer, deeper, and he pulled himself out of the anxiety attack. He cringed and felt his heart jump when Alex screamed too close to his ear. "There's no goddamn door!" Clint turned to watch Alex's face morph into a terror-stricken expression. Alex took one deliberate step back at a time, away from Clint, away from the wall, away from the door that was no longer there. He backed right into Reed, who was facing the other way. "Guys, look," Reed said feebly. "Here." Clint looked past Reed to where he was staring. The old fireplace. Though he knew the answer, Clint asked anyway. "Who lit the fire? Hey." Inside the fireplace, a flame flickered, swaying back and forth. The cobwebs in the corners swayed too, as if dancing to the beat of the same song, or a breeze that didn't exist. A whistle of wind crept through the room, yet came from nowhere. No breeze, no door, no window. Clint turned back to Reed. Nobody, Reed said. It lit all by itself. His eyes were unblinking, seemingly hypnotized by the flames. Danny started shaking his head, whining, "It can't be! It can't be! No, 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 no! We're all trapped! It's haunted! I knew it! I knew it! We're screwed!" Heather slapped Danny across his cheek. "Knock it off, you big baby! Can't you see? It's a prank. Reed got us here to scare us, and you're falling right into his plan." She turned to Reed. "Nicely done. Don't know how you got the fire to start and made the door disappear, but you've outdone yourself. Totally awesome." She curtsied and bowed her head. "You win, Reed." Clint didn't buy it. No way a kid could make a door disappear. He fought back a wave of nausea as the anxiety tried to seize him again. The whole thing was unreasonable, impractical, unnatural. He moved around the others and got up in Reed's face. When Reed didn't acknowledge him, Clint poked a finger into his chest. Reed finally looked down the 6 inches he had over Clint. He seemed surprised to find Clint there, as if he hadn't been with him all along. "You got us here. Great. Well played, man. And now this." Clint spread a palm up, gesturing across the room. "I don't know how, but okay. You win. You faked us out. You got us all shitting our pants." He looked at the others, who nodded, then back at Reed. "You don't even need to tell us how you did it. Just get us out of here, okay?" Reed blinked in quick succession, like he was coming out of a trance. "When did you get here, Clint?" Alex pushed Clint aside and looked at Reed. He waved a hand in front of Reed's eyes. "Yoo-hoo! Earth to Reed!" Inches from Reed's face, he snapped his fingers. Nothing. The fireplace crackled and popped, and everyone jumped, except for Reed. Simply broke him from his stupor. "Why are you guys looking at me like that?" "You're kidding, right?" Clint said. "Your brain just took a vacation there." He looked on, exasperated, eyes bulging. Danny's voice came out small, like a child's. "Guys, can we argue later? I really want to go home. This isn't fun and it's not funny." "Okay, guys, let's focus," Heather commanded the room. "What do we do? The door we came in is, gone, so what are our options? Think. There has to be a way out." "Right," Alex said. "The wall sort of ate up the door, so that's out. The window is not really a window. Where can we go from here? We need a plan." There wasn't much to the room, though. Clint thought the odds of finding an alternative weren't good, and the fire was growing larger. The shadow of a mouse or rat scurrying away from the fire pulled his attention. "Eep!" Danny squeaked. "Rat!" "Never mind the rat," Reed said. "Look at the fire!" He took a brazen step towards it, palms up as if to feel the heat coming off it. As the flames grew, the glow spread farther across the room, illuminating the cobwebs and years of layers of dust and dirt. Clint caught a glimpse of a flame reflected in Reed's eyes. Those wild eyes he knew well. When the glow was strong enough to hit the farthest corner, up to the right, Danny let out a high-pitched scream. Clint recoiled. Not another rat, is it? He was just starting to feel calm himself, to feel less scared and anxious when he looked to see where Danny was pointing. The light betrayed a dark figure forming, hunching in the corner. As the fireplace swelled, its shape became more and more clear. The figure seemed like smoke more than a solid mass, and it floated and swayed from side to side, just like the flame, just like the webs. It sat on its haunches, hunching over, with abnormally long arms draping along the sides of its legs and spilling onto the floor. Palms faced up, with fingers that were too long and jagged to be fingers at all. The shadow figure's head leaned forward, towards the ground, if it was a head at all. Clint grabbed Danny's arm and yanked him back to where Alex and Heather and Reed were now standing. "What is it?" Alex whispered. Heather grabbed Alex's shoulders from behind and shook him. "It's the ghost! The creature! I thought it was a joke, just a—" "Guys, I didn't do this," Reed whispered, as if afraid the figure would hear him. "Gotta get out of here. But the door, what do we do?" Clint looked back to where the door had been and gasped. Unthinking, he lunged for the door, which now stood where the original one had been. "Come on!" No one hesitated. Clint whipped the door open and charged through, the rest following tightly behind, fighting not to be the last out of that room, the last left alone with that thing. Grunts and groans issued from them all as they tried to force their bodies in front of their friends, every man for himself. On the other side of the door, Clint had expected night and outdoors and escape. Instead, he ended up inside another room. I hope you enjoyed that reading from DM Siciliano's Inside. As I said, that book is available for sale. You can get it from Amazon or from the Parliament House website. So I hope you were intrigued and want to find out what happens in the next room and how they found themselves in this haunted house. And I will be bringing you some more stuff later on in the week. I'll have another excerpt from In Restless Dreams, and I've also got a special video from another wonderful author doing some Peter Pan noir detective fiction. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.